right, man, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. It's a lot of there's different opinions on Shedeur Sanders about what's going on with Shedeur Sanders. When we talk about, the performance versus Cleveland, I caught it when he got in the game. And people don't understand football. You got people that love him and people that hate him. The people they really didn't care. You talk to them and they be like, well, he had money, so I didn't really care. My thing is like, why do people think like the end all be all is about somebody's money? Like, why I don't really understand, especially black people, why if you're not in survival mode, they don't feel like they can pull for you. You feel like you're less black, or you shouldn't deserve the support if you are well off. What does it matter if his daddy had money and he played quarterback? Hey, shouldn't we be rooting for our brothers and our sisters regardless? But if they got money, they seem as less black, so we shouldn't root for them. I don't really understand that. And a lot of people started to trauma bond with him when it came to feeling like he been done wrong or he been whiteballed out the league. So then again, that part made them start supporting him, and it's not an organic support. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really never understood that part of it. I was listening to Ja Rule, and he made some comments about when he went to prison. And he said one of the things he noticed when he went to prison is how all the other races stuck together. And I'm paraphrasing. He said this on Carmelo's podcast, I think 7 of Brooklyn or something. How all the other races stuck together, but the blacks didn't stick together. And like I said before, it's just like the more you struggle, the more black people sympathize with your story and sympathize with you. But if you well off, the more hate that you get. So I just wanted to start the video off with that, man. Like, we should support each other, man, unless you want some raccoon shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, when you get into a middle of the game, he should have been ready. Rex Ryan blasted him for sitting on the bench by himself, and he got frustrated, and he be thrown in there versus Baltimore, who playing really, really well, who's playing 500 football after losing like 3 or 4 or 5 straight. And versus that defense, still regardless, Roquan Smith, Nate Wiggins, you go on and on and on with the guys they got on that defense. That's tough to put them in. That's tough to do anything. You don't get reps with the ones, but then he put a target on his back when he pretty much said that he better than most of the starting quarterbacks. So people don't care how it worked. If you didn't get a bunch of reps with the ones, or, if you ain't been getting a lot of work all season, people just want to see you produce. They don't understand the work that goes in. And we ain't talking about the work, just what you do to get your body to where it is to be at and all the other work. They just don't think about, hey, I got to form a rapport with this receiver, that receiver. It's all different. You get into the game and you see game speed from preseason speed and practice squad speed from real game speed. It's a whole different animal. Everything is moving fast. You throwing the receivers, you don't know how they run routes. You judging the speed of they speed, and you also gauging the speed of the DBs and the NFL. It's fast. It doesn't slow down unless you play. You have to play to get acclimated, and not just play with, in the game. You got to get these reps with these receivers, even the handoffs to the running backs, the check down to the running backs, how they run their routes, in and out their breaks. Everybody run routes different. You got some quarterbacks that want you to be punctual. You got some quarterbacks that understand that I can throw you open. You got other quarterbacks, if you don't get open, I'm not throwing you open. I'm not going to trust you go get it. So it's such a different mentality when you talk about, forming that bond. And everybody's going to have an opinion, but to throw a rookie who ain't got that many reps with the ones, maybe not even the twos, and ain't played, a real live game since preseason, and as a rookie, of course Baltimore was going to eat. Of course he was. They were. But for him and Dylan Gabriel, it just takes time. It takes time. But everybody gonna think, oh, you got to be a success right now. Peyton Manning, I think, still holds the rookie record for most interceptions thrown by a rookie quarterback. I think y'all see in the arc of Bryce Young right now playing really, really well. Y'all just think people come in and it's just everybody gonna get it within the first year, 2 years, you a bust, 3 years, you a bust. And sometimes it takes people 4, 5, 6 years just to start to get their feet wet in the profession. And I get it. They paying you top dollar and you got to get it. But this is where you get your Sam Darnolds, your Geno Smiths at. Bryce Youngs and guys like that, it takes time. It takes a village for this quarterback. And I heard what Shannon Sharp said about Michael Penix Jr., nobody there to coddle you, and that maybe that's the problem. The most important player in the franchise in the quarterback, maybe y'all should coddle him. Maybe y'all should invest into him more. Maybe you should show him how to have better study habits, especially if you're the head coach. Your job security is tied to this dude's, jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But that's what I kind of say, with a lot of the detriment, the failure to these quarterbacks. I feel like a lot of the failure to the quarterbacks, it has a lot to do with men are not great teachers. Have you ever been taught how to do something with a hand tool or something? Like, men expect for you just to automatically know, take this out and do this. Do they expect you? They're not great teachers. That's why you see more females historically. They have the patience. A lot of men lack the patience. When you don't get it, they want to yell and scream, and then nobody gets it. I do it my fucking self. And that might be your biggest problem, is a lot of these guys' inability to teach. The patience to teach. Especially when you was great at it and you just did it. It's hard to teach. And that might be why a lot of these quarterbacks are failing. It's the lack of teaching. Oh, he should figure it out. By the time he figure it out, your ass gonna be long gone and fired. So you think, most of your attention would be invested into this quarterback. But for the most part, it's the game. He just gotta play. He gotta be a professional. And he's arrogant. He's very arrogant. And most of them kids that come from privileged backgrounds are arrogant. They think they had hard days in life. You gotta go to Chick-fil-A instead of Ruth Chris. They think though life is gonna show you. Especially life in the NFL, it's gonna show you. The struggle is what builds character. Your resilience from the struggle is what builds character. You know what I'm saying? When great and good and people with high character and humility, it's because they had to struggle to get to where they was at. Now, does the struggle always build great character? Sometimes the struggle build monsters. No different than anything else. God created his biggest adversary, the devil. So that should let you know everything you need to know right then and there. Something bad can come from someone with good intentions. So yeah, people just want to prey on his downfall. He's arrogant. He's a fucking kid. His father's Deion Sanders. He's confident. He's cocky. He's arrogant. Trust me, the NFL will humble him. He will learn some humility, but ain't nothing wrong with having that confidence. Ain't nothing really wrong with being arrogant. Come arrogant, come confidence. I'm confident in what I'm doing. As long as you produce. But hey, hit the link in the description. Check out the NFL playlist. Join the Patreon, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram. Peace.